I'm not going to lie to you, it's been a tough start to the season for Harpenden going away to Tring. And this week, things aren't getting any easier in our first home game of the season. This game will give you a real insight into the quality of England's highest amateur league, Regional 1, as the opposition field a player who was National 1's top try scorer a couple of seasons ago. As always, there are a whole heap of tries, some massive hits and plenty of village rugby joue. So buckle up for Game 2, Harpenden versus Letchworth Garden City.
Good morning, team, and welcome back to Level Up Rugby. This is what it looks like to be someone looking for a place to live in London. We have found one yesterday, but I can't move in yet, so currently sofa surfing. Thank you to Mr. George Warboys for letting me sit on this sofa overnight. It was delightful. I'm very grateful, but safe to say, not the best optimal preparation for a game. We're going to get some scran on board and we're going to get over to the mighty Redbourne Lane. Home game, first home game of the season. Big one today, Letchworth. Tough teams and high quality players playing there. I'm very excited. Let's get to it.
Wow, what a way to start a Level Up match day vlog with my current parents. George, Zara, say hello. What's for breakfast, George?
Eggs and bacon.
Eggs and bacon. Nice. We are bang on time, but as you very well know, on time is late. So we're in a bit of a rush to get in the change rooms. Oh my cracking day for it. What a day for it. Woof. A bit windy, but it always is at Redbourne Lane, so we'll get used to that. But at least the sun's out, guns out. Hello team, and welcome back to the Level Up Rugby Studios. I hope this finds you unbelievably well. As always, apologies for the lack of pre-game content this week. I've been sofa surfing, it's been a stressful situation. I've managed to sort everything out, but that led to me being very delayed to the game on Saturday, so yeah, less content there. But let me know if you prefer that. I don't know if you guys like the pre-game amble and ramble that I usually go on. So if you do like it and you want to get to know more players, just leave a comment down below. Comment perhaps which player you want to get to know more in the team, in the squad we're about to go into, or if you just prefer me to get straight into the game, just let me know down below in the comments or just drop me a DM, whatever. But speaking of the team, it's time to get into the team sheet. Starting off at number 1 this week is Ben Campion, shifting over from tight head to loose head. He's a versatile prop. In at 2, we have Connor Underwood. You may have remembered his name from being in the back row last week. Yes, that's right, he was there. He's now converted to hooker this week. Brilliant stuff. And a new name for you guys, not for us, Rolfie. George Rolf has come out of retirement from 2 years ago, back for this game. If you couldn't tell, we're a little bit light on numbers still. So yeah, great to have Rolfie back in the team. He's an absolute behemoth, as you'll see on the team sheet. But yeah, carrying on into the 2 row, we have Fraser Scott back in the mix, along with the skipper, Lacey, back from his wedding. I hope you had a great time, Lacey. I hope you enjoyed, but it's good to see you back on the team sheet. Into our back row, this is where things begin to look a little bit more familiar, at least for the people playing in those positions, as we have a first choice pick. We have Jeffress, we have Middleton, and Spearsy back at number 8 for us, looking a little bit more settled there. Into the back line, we have Fred Gulliford in at scrum half, alongside Ollie Mann at fly half, with Luke Boyne still out injured. Into the midfield, we have myself, Ollie Johnson, alongside Luca Bruzas, an 18-year-old lad just about to go off to uni. You haven't seen his name, and you might not for the rest of the season, because he's going off to Loughborough, funnily enough, where I was. But yeah, we pulled him in for this game because, again, a little bit light on players. Anyway, outside him, we have Wilco back on the wing. Cutler's shifted out from 13 last week to play on the wing. Again, unfamiliar position for him. And we have Connor McLean back at fullback in the squad. It's great to see his name back out on the pitch. He's a new dad, so he's a little bit busy at the moment, but it's good to see him back after not much training, but we need the players. Onto the bench then, we have Kean Middleton covering the front 3. We have Williams, aka Michael McIntyre, you'll see what I mean when you see his face, covering the back row, and then Kieran McPhillips covering the outside backs. It's somewhat of a stronger team compared to last week. We've got some more familiar names back amongst us, but still somewhat depleted in certain areas, against an incredibly strong Letchworth team. I know a few of their lads from playing county rugby a few years ago. They've also brought some incredible signings in, most notably their winger, the top try scorer in National 1 2 years ago. So it's safe to say we've got a tough test ahead of us. Let's get straight into the game. We are back at the mighty Redbourne Lane and have Letchworth kicking off from right to left in their yellow and black strip against the all blackout strip of Harpenden Rugby Club. Let's see if we can play like the All Blacks and set off to a good start. Long box kick kept in field from Fred Gulliford, and it gives them the chance to counter-attack. Down on that right edge, playing off the edge. Can we have a good first D set here? Playing into midfield, one pass, good chop. Didn't finish off the tackle up top. Bit of a soak-up tackle, but we've retained them. Playing off 10 this time, into midfield. I make my first tackle of the game, and again, it's a bit of a soak-up. They're stretching us well out into this wide channel. Can that winger get the first touch of the game? No, he can't. 13 holds on. Gone from edge to edge here in 3 phases. And we are just soaking them up, but they're not gaining ground. These are soak-up tackles, but we are holding on. And they knock it on. Good first D set for the boys in black. Let's see if we can carry that on with our attack. God, that's absolute poetry from me. Carrying into midfield. I tip on. Fraser comes around the corner. And they are manning up quite well here, fronting up well, and they've got a turnover too. Our first attack of the game doesn't go quite to plan, and they come away with 3 points. Great nudge off the tee from Josh Sharp, one of those county players I was telling you about before the game, and I kick off. This time it's my turn to kick, and I go deep-ish. Just outside the opposition 22. No chance of calling a mark from these kickoffs this week. And they look to play. First carry. It's a strong one. Again, fighting through that contact area, getting a dominant carry. And Josh Sharp looks to exit with a thunderous kick. Beats the turning backfield again. We spoke about this last week with Tring's kicking game. We can't keep on getting turned like this by the kicks. And now they're coming onto the ball with pace, playing into midfield. What will they do with it? Cut back to the short side, and Connor's just there to clean up, but he gets the ball away, keeping it alive very well. Oh! Rich Streets there, another county lad sitting down. One of our boys, he's the inside centre. You might mistake him for a second row, much like myself. But they're into the wide channels and they slipped off a tackle. One man inside. Has he got the pace to get outside Lacey? Of course he does. Sorry, Lacey, no offence. But that guy is a back rower. Sorry, a backfield player, and burns the back rower. And he lands the conversion. Josh Sharp has an absolute nudge on him. And we're kicking off yet again. Let's see if we can do better this time. We go off deep, and he just has a free rein to run into midfield, or run up on Fraser Scott, who just soaks him up with the tackle, and they're under advantage here. Playing out the back. Sharp looks to go to the line, attacks him. Oh. In that situation, you just have to let them know you're there. Even if you hit them a little bit late, they're going to give that pass a little bit earlier next time, and that was my strategy, to try and get into the head of the fly-off, but he does well to throw a miraculous offload there, and now they're up to their 10-metre line with a catch and drive, which is rumbling forwards. Rolling, steam-rolling, one might say. Our pack, not good. It's slowed to a halt. No, not quite. They're still going. They've gone from 10 to 10. 20 metres gained, and now they've got front foot ball to attack from. Into midfield, Rich Streets carry up just there to soak him up with the tackle again. Soak up tackles from us, not getting body in front, and they've got the chance to attack here. Fullback's got great footwork, lifts the ball brilliantly to their winger. The top try scorer in National 1 2 years ago just gets brought down, throws a loose offload, but they retain possession. Oh, never mind. We've turned it over. I'm in the pocket, ready to clear this one back. Slightly wonky pass. I get charged down. And it's a penalty for offside. Interesting call from Mr. Sir. Of course, no challenging Mr. Sir, but I'm pretty sure that's a charge down. And you don't have to get back on side, but it might have to be within a 10-metre perimeter. Again, you rugby noses, you coaches, do please let me know in the rules down below, because I'm pretty sure that's not a pen. Either way, we saw their last catch and drive go quite well for them, gaining 20 yards, but this time we managed to repel them, and a great tackle as they peel off the back, but they're coming around the corner with pace and speed, and they just quite sneak through the middle. Playing into midfield, dominant carry, latch, and they're over. Gone straight through me there, to be fair. Pre-binding, pre-latching. I don't know if you're allowed to force people through contact like that, but either way, Mr. Sir's given it. And in fairness, they were on top physically. But this time, it's our turn to show them a little bit of what we've got. A little taste of their own medicine, one might say. And we play out the back to Ollie Mann, into midfield, into me. And I get on the outside, and I'm through in space. What am I going to do with it? Absolutely nothing. Oh, you idiot. It's like a deer in headlights. You can tell I don't make many line breaks because I didn't know what to do in that situation. Just ended up lobbing the pass from the motto that I was brought up with by my old school PE teacher, Mr. Lucas, absolute legend. He told me, if you can beat one player, you're good. If you can beat two players, you're great. No one's beating three, so you've got to look for that pass. And I was throwing the pass before I'd even looked up, so even still, I'm not technically abiding by his words. And now we're just throwing loose passes around into midfield. We've gone back to where we began after making a brilliant line break. We just got to capitalise on those opportunities. That's one that's gone missing for us. This time, Ollie Mann kicks into the open spaces. Great kick to turn there. Fullback who's got a chance to exit now. But from that 15-metre hash, it's hard to find touch. And he really doesn't. And he just goes straight to midfield. But none of us claim it. Someone's got to come running onto that. I'm just there to return it just as I'm getting back. And we keep possession again back where we were. But this time, a great defensive read from their second row to get off the line and sack Ollie Lacey. And Ollie Mann puts another kick in behind. A great decision. Fullback goes to the deck to find safety. And Connor McLean's there to win the turnover. No, they're sealing straight off their feet. Brilliant work. Brilliant pressure on the kick chase. But it comes to nothing in the end. And Sharpie kicks downfield to return to Connor McLean, who chips over the top nonchalantly. Oh my volley! Someone signed this up for the Letchworth City football team because that was an absolute howler of a kick. That was unreal. And we just get back to go down the channel on the short side, keeping the ball alive. And nothing quite comes of it. They just force us into touch, and it's a Letchworth line out right on the halfway line. They go back to their catch and drive, the old reliable bus moving forwards. What will they do with it? Just keep it in there. They don't need to do anything with it. That's a bit of track and trailer. That's not a full shoulder bind, sir. Okay, never mind. I thought you had to have a full shoulder bind. Either way, they have an advantage. They're playing with it, and the winger does not run the right line. Thank God, because he was running down my channel. Well, he was supposed to be. Clearly on a shoulder ball there. But he runs into the outside channel on an unders line instead. But either way, we're down to 14. That is not good. 20 minutes in, we've got 10 minutes to defend here. Down to 14 men. Interesting call. It's just an accumulation of penalties there, but I didn't know where that maul for them was going. Either way, they've got a chance of going forwards here with this one. It's hard to stop when you're a man down in the forwards, especially with our skipper Lacey, who's the line out Norse for us, and they're over. And of course, the conversion is from Josh Sharp. Not looking good. 24 points in 24 minutes for Letchworth. A tough opening quarter for the boys in black. And we challenged that kickoff much better, but just unfortunately knock it on. What will they do with it? They set their shape up. You know what they're trying to do. Oh, brilliant tip on into space as we bite in on the ball carrier. That's changing the point of contact quite well. And this time they're having a go. Throwing that ball into the wide channel, and they're on the outside of us. I'm drifting with Bruzas, but he's just got on the outside and a brilliant offload back inside. What rugby from Letchworth, not afraid to play from their own half, and they go from coast to coast, from corner to corner. All the length of the field, don't even need that big winger. They can score on the opposite end. Goodness gracious, what a try from them. Conversion missed, unfortunately, this time for Letchworth from Josh Sharp. And they add us again with another 10-metre attack. Catch and drive, and this time they're playing through us. Oh, they are just winning that little contact battle there. They're getting their arms through, winning that positive carry to give them a easier turn around the corner. It means we're turning backwards and on the back foot instantly. This time we match up, though, make a good shot in midfield, and they're just picking and going, and they've gone through the middle. They've caught us off guard. Oh, and they're over again. Just back-to-back scores. They're just compounding their positives at the moment, and we can't seem to catch a break. We're kicking off yet again. 36 points in 32 minutes. It's not good showing this first half for us boys, but Letchworth are playing some good rugby, in fairness. It's tough, and you see that shape there again, carrying into midfield, and you see they're making positive yards through the contact. We are not creating positive tackles to force them back, and this time they say, you have it, boys. Deal with that one. Spiral bomb midfield. Connor can clean that up all day and returns it with a vengeance. Finds space. Another line break for the boys who gets tucked down. We're keeping the ball, staying on top. Fraser Scott carries into midfield, somewhat isolated, and they can slow our ball down. But it's a knock-on in the turnover from them. Ball at the back to Michael McIntyre, who's on the pitch for Middleton. Goose step to the outside. Just gets brought down by the winger. Holds onto the ball well this time. Does better than I do. Makes a better decision. And we win a penalty. What are we going to do with this time, boys? The catch and drive's not been going too well for us. And I spot space. One pass into that space, and we could be over on the outside. Bruzas, midfielder to midfielder, and he's in the corner. What a score from us. Good attack, great line break, great decision making, and we're finally on the scoreboard. One long ball into midfield, and this time it's a long ball from Josh Sharp to the outside, the fullback, out to the winger. This guy's dangerous. Connor just brings him down. He's hurt himself in the process. Bruzas finishes the tackle, and that's how you show Letchworth come straight back into these games. Big shot in midfield. This game's just come straight back to life, but it's a high tackle. Lacey, the skipper, just comes back onto the field to see his teammate walk off. Oh, that's not good. We're back down to 14 men again for another 10-minute period. Another forward gone off. And it's another catch and drive from Letchworth. Not again, please. It's tough to watch this now again. Tough to watch it from when I was on the pitch as well, because there's nothing I can really do about it. I don't know what's going on in those line-outs. Sharpie misses a conversion. And that is half-time. A real tough half to play and to watch back again. It's just tough. These boys are playing some proper good rugby. They have a high calibre of players, and they are just picking us apart in those areas of weakness for us. We're not making positive tackles. We're making soak-up tackles, which give them the advantage to keep on moving forwards. It means we have to turn the corner and come back to get onside rather than moving forward with our defence. And we're not helping ourselves on offence either. When we're making those line breaks, which we are doing, we're not quite finishing those chances. We're, to be fair, 1 from 2, but we should be 2 from 2, and we're not creating enough chances anyway. We're letting them into the game. We're getting caught out on edges from our defence being too tight around the breakdown, and they're exploiting it superbly. Their system is there to play with, and they're playing through it really well, pulling themselves around the pitch brilliantly, and that's why you see 41 points to 5 at half-time. I mean, exciting points per minute here. We're over a point a minute for the game, so that's great to see, but not great for the Harpenden support here. As it's our first home game of the season, we should be battling more. But either way, we are back on with the second half. I'm kicking off again, this time going deeper to their back row, who plays in field to Josh Sharp, exits calmly, coolly and collectedly, and takes us up to halfway. But this time it's a Letchworth line out yet again. Don't quite get their drill right with the lift, but they do get it right with the maul. It's another advantage. I don't know what for. The maul's still going forwards, Mr. Sir. Either way, they are rumbling towards the line, but we just repel them at the last gasp effort. Scrum half looks to play the ball away into midfield. Wraparound play from Rich Street. Short ball, and he stays alive in the picture. Brilliant work from their 13. Bit quiet in the game so far, but he has a touch of class there to keep the ball alive and play through us excellently. We just weren't aware of that. We've got to stay switched on here, fellas. Deep kick off to that winger who can't catch it. He gets filled into touch without the ball. Poor bloke hasn't seemed to get a chance to get in the game so far. And for a player of his calibre, you'd think you'd see him on the scoreboard. Either way, it's our attack. First one of the second half. And I'm carrying through the midfield, make a line break. And again, look for the pass. In a wrong situation, they turn it over and hack downfield. And now you see the speed of their winger with Wilco just getting back in time. Just gets outside him, evades the tackle, evades another one. Can he do it again? No, he can't. Just gets brought down. Midfielder halfway, and we don't get back on side in time. And we get turned over. Anyway, on with the game. Our attack again. Lift the ball to Jimmy Spears. Carries, is met well with the tackle, but offloads. We play out the back, playing around them. Oh, just get the pass away from Bruzas. Cutler into spaces. Wilco beats the fullback on the outside. Has he got the wheels to get it in the corner? The winger comes across, gives him a shove on his way over. Brilliant speed from him to get across, but Wilco finishes well. We're back in it-ish. The comeback's on, fellas. Up to 10 points now. And Jimmy throws an out-the-back offload into the corner. And we're on that far edge now. Camera takes a little bit of a shake. It was a little bit windy on the day. And we play into midfield. Lacey carries well. Positive carry. There you go. Now you see it. But clean out is slow. So they managed to slow us down. Wide unders ball to Cutler in space. Gets tackled brilliantly. And straight over that ball. Our breakdown clear out is so slow. But Lacey runs a superb line straight through the middle. Finds Connor. Back inside and they tackle brilliantly. And they're over the ball. And shock, our breakdown isn't good enough again. We are not getting over this ball at all well. Although we're making positive carries, we're not leading to anything because our breakdown's so slow. Either way, they overthrow the line out. And we're in space. Jimmy Takes it to the line, out the back to me. Winger comes up. I play the long ball into the corner. McPhillips is on. Carries well. And now we're on top. I'm firing the troops up. Get on, boys. And we just knock it on. Oh, need a little bit of composure there, but we're on top. We should just be catching those passes. Simple as that. And they play back inside. Rich Streets with another dominant carry. Jimmy does well to bring him down. I make a shot, but I don't finish my tackle. We're making our shots, but we've got to finish. We're losing that battle. Not that one, though. Oh, what a shot from Ollie Mann. That's fired us up. Now Jimmy has a go. And he takes the ball with him too. What can he do with it? Nothing much. And then just lobs an offload. We are trying to play some Fijian flair rugby, but forcing it frustratingly. Oh, Jimmy. Another line break goes missing. That's 2 this game, 2 unconverted. And I get beaten on the inside like an absolute turnstile. Oh, that's not a noise you want to hear from Fred Gulliford as he breaks his knee. And they are over. Medics on the pitch immediately. That's a tough listen. I hope you didn't hear that. Fred was wailing in agony. He's out for the season. Just a heads up. Poor Fred, who you met on the last week's vlog, is out with a ACL tear. Tough to watch. Tough to watch the try concede as well. And another one going over here too. Absolute demoralising stuff. We are taking an absolute hiding this week. Oh, again, winning the contact area. It's tough to go forwards when you don't win the contact area. It's a contact sport at the end of the day. We need to have more positive in our carry and our tackle area, and they've turned us brilliantly. They're 5 metres out. We just get back behind the ball, but look how slow we are there. They are on it. They are energetic, and we've got to ask questions of ourselves here. Sorry, boys, I don't mean to fly into us, but there's some things we need to work on this week. And kick doesn't find touch. Rushed effort. Loose pass. And it's a football-esque crossfield kick. I've rushed all the way across from one corner to the other and just, I didn't even make the tackle. I'm just there to prevent him scoring in the corner. But they're on top of us again, 10 metres out. But we turn it over. Okay, thank God for that. We run straight into touch. And it's a Letchworth line-out again. And we know what they can do from these positions with their catch and drive. We repel them, though. Here we go. There's one for the books. Never mind. They're going forwards. Never mind. I take it back. Oh, they drop it. And we celebrate like we've won the World Cup final because finally we've repelled them. It's our last chance saloon here. Wilco throws a long pass out to Jimmy Spears, who's played well today. He's created some stuff for us, but together we haven't been able to tie it together. And they go down the short side, kick back inside. I just hold him to the outside, but he beats me on the chase. They're back 10 metres out. But Connor's there for the turnover. Surely, sir. No, never mind. I thought he was lifting the ball there. Out to their back rower, who must be tired by this point. He's had a lot of running in his legs. And we just bring him out 2 metres out. It seems inevitable, and it is. They are over for their final score of the game as the clock hits 80. Can Josh Sharp land the conversion? I'm the only man chasing that one down. We can't get close to him. What a performance from Letchworth. Valiant victors. I mean, it's a tough watch. As a Harpenden player, as a Harpenden fan. It was tough to play in as well. They were just very good at rugby. Simple as that. I think the 2 conclusions I can draw from this are contact area. Just not creating that positive contact area. Whether that's in a tackle, finishing them off and forcing them that yard back, or in our ball carry, getting over and getting out a little bit through with a bit of footwork, a bit of fending, and a bit of fight. We're just not winning that contact area. And when you don't win that contact area, you're not on top. And that's the difficulty we had this week and last week. When you lose the contact area, you have to find an innovative way of playing to get on top of a team. Look at Japan in the 2015 World Cup against South Africa, for example. A smaller team, but they found a way to create momentum for themselves by being niggly, by stretching the ball into space. And if we as backs aren't offering enough in those outside channels to make the forwards' life easier when coming back in, then we're just asking them to carry more and more as they're getting more and more fatigued by getting more and more battered in the contact area. If we don't step up and offer anything more on the short side, we're just asking more and more of our forwards who are already having a tough time of it against these big lads. You can see the calibre of their back 5. Their second rows and back rows were phenomenal carrying the ball throughout the game, and their back line was sublime. We kept their winger out of the game, which is a positive for us. I think he touched the ball like 4 times in the game. He dropped it 2 of them. No offence, but we did well there. For us, a positive. Trying to find more positives. We made line breaks. We took players on and attacked it. We created stuff. We just didn't finish those chances. And part of that is tying together with our decision making and our breakdown. Another contact area we were just lacking in, delaying. We're not winning the race to the breakdown, which gives them a chance at the ball, which slows them down. If we just get there first, we completely deny them the chance of winning or even competing at the breakdown. So yeah, winning that race, offering more in his backs and winning the contact area. Some major improvements for us as well as our backfield being turned too much. It's tough to analyse that. It's a tough watch. I'm apologetic to you guys who've seen 2 games and 2 losses for the Harpenden boys. I'm sure you're all supporting the boys in black up the Cocks, as always. So I'm sure you're disappointed, unless you're a Letchworth fan or a Tring fan.
then I'm sure you're loving it. But yeah, for us, it's tough 2 games to start the season. But we're on to next week. Hartford away, tough place to go, but it's a local derby and a bottom of the table clash, the relegation clash already so early in the season. As we're 0 from 2, big, tough challenge to go there. It's a tough place to go and play, especially as a local derby. They do fly into us from the sidelines. So hopefully we can take lessons from these 2 first games of the season and take them in to game number 3. It's going to be a tough ask. If you have made it this far into the video, thank you. First of all, I appreciate the tough watch at the moment. But please just go down there, leave a comment. Let me know a play you want to go and see. Let me know who you think your player of the match was. Just anything. Just let me know what you think about the matchday vlogs. Leave a like whilst you're there. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully with our first W2.